Have you ever felt the surge of adrenaline as a big fish pulls on your line? The moment when your heart races and your muscles tense, knowing that you are in for a battle of strength and wits. It's an experience that every angler lives for, a moment that defines the essence of fishing. That's what it's like to fish for monster bass. These formidable creatures are the ultimate prize, a testament to an angler's skill and perseverance. They are not just fish, they are legends lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered. It's a thrilling chase that tests your skills and patience. Every cast is a new opportunity, every ripple in the water a potential sign of the monster base below. The anticipation builds with each passing moment as you hone your techniques and strategies, hoping to outsmart these elusive giants. Imagine a creature of pure muscle lurking in the depths, its powerful body built for speed and agility, ready to strike at any moment. The monster base is a master of its domain, navigating the underwater world with precision and grace. It's a predator, always on the hunt, and you are its next challenge. You cast your line, hoping to tempt it out. The lure dances through the water, mimicking the movements of prey. You wait, your senses heightened, every nerve on edge. Will this be the moment? Will the monster base take the bait? Suddenly, your lure disappears in a swirl of water. The fight is on, the rod bends, the reel screams, and you hold on tight. It's a battle of wills, a test of endurance. The monster base thrashes and dives, using every ounce of its strength to escape. But you are determined, focused, and ready for the challenge. Base fishing is more than just a pastime, it's a primal connection with nature. It's about being in the moment, surrounded by the beauty and tranquility of the natural world. The water, the trees, the sky, they all come together to create a perfect backdrop for this timeless pursuit. It's about outsmarting a worthy opponent. The monster base is a cunning adversary, and catching one requires knowledge, skill, and a bit of luck. You study the water, analyze the conditions, and choose your lures carefully. Every decision matters and every detail counts. It's about the satisfaction of a successful hunt. The moment when you finally land that monster base, the feeling of accomplishment is unparalleled. You hold it up with pride, knowing that you have conquered one of nature's greatest challenges. It's a memory that will last a lifetime, a story to be told and retold. Whether you're a seasoned angler or just starting, the pursuit of monster base is an adventure like no other. It's a journey filled with excitement, challenges, and rewards. So grab your gear, head to the water, and get ready for the thrill of a lifetime. Monster base, await. Before you embark on your quest for monster base, you need the right gear. A sturdy rod and reel are essential for handling these powerful fish. Choose a bait casting or spinning combo, depending on your preference. Your line should be strong enough to withstand their powerful runs. Braided line is a good choice for its sensitivity and strength. Finally, you'll need a selection of lures that mimic the base's natural prey. Crankbaits, spinnerbaits, and plastic worms are all effective choices. Monster base aren't found just anywhere. They prefer specific habitats that offer both food and cover. Look for them in lakes, rivers, and ponds with plenty of vegetation, submerged trees, and rocky outcrops. These structures provide ambush points for base to lie in wait for their prey. Pay attention to water temperature, clarity, and current, as these factors can influence base behavior. Attracting monster base requires strategy and finesse. You need to present your lure in a way that triggers their predatory instincts. Casting near structure is crucial, as base often lurk in these areas. Vary your retrieve speed and action to mimic the movement of prey. Don't be afraid to experiment with different lures and colors until you find what works best in a given situation. Section 5. Seasonal Secrets. Adapting to the base's world. Bass behavior changes throughout the year, so it's important to adapt your fishing techniques accordingly. In spring, bass are spawning, making them more aggressive and easier to catch. Summer sends base into deeper, cooler water, while fall brings a feeding frenzy as they prepare for winter. Winter fishing can be challenging, but bass can still be caught with slow, methodical presentations. Section 6. Avoiding angler errors, common mistakes and how to steer clear. Fishing is a rewarding and relaxing activity, but it comes with its own set of challenges. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned angler, it's crucial to be aware of common mistakes and how to avoid them. Even experienced anglers make mistakes. It's easy to overlook the basics when you're focused on the thrill of the catch. One of the most frequent errors is not paying attention to the fundamentals. One common error is using the wrong size hook or line. The size of your hook and line should match the type of fish you're targeting. Using a hook that's too large or a line that's too thin can result in lost fish and missed opportunities. Make sure your tackle is appropriate for the size of bass you're targeting. The right tackle can make a significant difference in your success rate. Always double-check your gear before heading out. Another mistake is failing to pay attention to the weather and water conditions. Weather can dramatically affect fish behavior. For instance, bass are more likely to be active during overcast days or when the water temperature is just right. Wind, rain, and temperature changes can all affect base behavior. Wind can stir up the water, making it harder for fish to see your bait. Rain can cool down the water temperature, affecting fish activity levels. Always check the weather forecast before you go fishing. Finally, don't be afraid to experiment and try new things. Different lures and baits can yield different results. Sometimes, the fish are just not biting on your usual setup, and a change can make all the difference. The more you fish, the more you'll learn. Each trip is an opportunity to improve your skills and knowledge. Keep an open mind, stay patient, and enjoy the process. Happy fishing! Section 7. A moment of truth, my first monster bass. I'll never forget the day I caught my first monster bass. It was a day that started like any other, but ended with a story I would tell for years to come. I was fishing on a small lake in my hometown. This lake was a hidden gem, known only to a few locals. It was surrounded by tall trees and had a serene, almost magical quality to it. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the water. The sky was painted in hues of orange and pink, reflecting off the calm surface of the lake. It was the perfect setting for an unforgettable fishing experience. I had been casting for hours with no luck. Each cast was a hopeful attempt, but the fish seemed to be avoiding me. My patience was wearing thin and I was starting to feel the weight of disappointment. Just when I was about to give up, something incredible happened. I felt a powerful tug on my line. It was so strong that it nearly pulled the rod out of my hands. My heart raced as I realized I had hooked something big. The fish fought hard, pulling drag and testing my strength. It was a battle of wills and I was determined not to let this one get away. My arms ached, but I held on, reeling in slowly and carefully. After what felt like an eternity, the fish began to tire. I could see it breaking the surface of the water, its massive body glistening in the fading light. I finally reeled in a massive largemouth bass. It was a moment of triumph, a reward for my persistence and patience. It was the biggest fish I had ever seen. I couldn't believe my eyes. The bass was enormous, its scales shimmering in the twilight. I held it up proudly, knowing that this was a catch I would never forget. After taking a few photos to capture the moment, I gently released the bass back into the water. Watching it swim away, I felt a deep sense of satisfaction and respect for the magnificent creature. As I sat by the lake reflecting on the day's events, I realized that fishing is not just about the catch. It's about the experience, the connection with nature, and the memories that are made along the way. That day I learned that patience and perseverance can lead to incredible rewards. And sometimes the most memorable moments come when you least expect them. With a heart full of gratitude and a story to tell, I packed up my gear and headed home. My first monster bass was more than just a catch. It was a reminder of the beauty and wonder that can be found in the simplest of moments. And as I drove away, the sun setting behind me, I knew that this was just the beginning of many more fishing adventures to come. Section 8. The Art of Patience, Mastering the Waiting Game. Patience is a virtue, especially in bass fishing. There will be times when the fish aren't biting, no matter what you do. Don't get discouraged. Instead, use this time to observe your surroundings. Pay attention to the water's surface, looking for any signs of activity. Listen for splashes or swirls that might indicate feeding fish. Remember, even the best anglers experience slow days on the water. Section 9. Respecting the quarry conservation and ethical fishing. As anglers, we have a responsibility to protect the fish we pursue. Practice catch and release whenever possible, especially with larger bass. Handle fish gently and use barbless hooks to minimize injury. Respect fishing regulations and limits to ensure the sustainability of our fisheries for generations to come. Section 10. From Novice to Expert. A journey of continuous learning. Bass fishing is a journey of continuous learning. There's always something new to discover, whether it's a new lure, a different technique, or a new fishing spot. Don't be afraid to ask questions, experiment, and learn from your mistakes. The more you put into it, the more rewarding the experience will be. Section 11, cast off and explore, the adventure awaits. So, there you have it. The thrill of the hunt, the right gear, the best spots, and the secrets to success. Now it's your turn to cast off and explore the exciting world of monster bass fishing. Remember to be patient, persistent, and respectful of the fish and their environment. And who knows?